No, I'm thinking of the story of Noah, who was instructed by God to build that ark. And for years, for years, Noah kept telling the people to prepare, to prepare, to prepare, to prepare. There's a storm coming, there's a storm coming, there's a storm coming. And right. And so people didn't take him serious because of the fact that they had gone so long without any rain. And so they stopped believing. And so they didn't have no reason to believe because they had gone so long without the rain. And so I think by that point they were going through droughts and it had been forever. And yet Noah was instructed by God himself to build that ark and to gather what he had to gather or whatever to prepare for it. And so I attribute that right now of just trying, like, being obedient and just telling people that these miracles are coming. And yet year after year after year after year, I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm gonna win the lottery. The breakthrough is coming. Your miracles are coming. Your miracles are coming. Your miracles are coming. And now is the time for you to prepare now. And so, as the Spirit has led me to rid myself of all of those, the heartbreaks, the setbacks, the people gonna come, people gonna go. I will say reminiscent in this last year of just to break down my relationship, to break the loss of a parent, and saw all these things happening, and yet just staying consistent with schooling, staying consistent with the job, staying consistent with just my growth and my development. I say those things to say this, is that the message of this video is this, that even though it has not materialized on this side, or that it hasn't materialized, does not, we still walk on in our faith and we still be obedient to what we are being instructed to do. Okay? And so, and I'm sure that even to Noah, as people were doubting, as people, I'm sure people was mocking him. I'm sure people was making fun of him. I'm sure people probably thought he was bonkers. Okay, and yet he continued to build and he continued to put those things out that he was instructed to do. And so, despite the fact, I've had people come, I've had people go, I've had people mock, I've had people, and I have this joy, this deep-seated joy that resides within me because I know through my faith that the wonders and the things that the Most High has shown me, and that wealth and riches are essentially here. Because if God shows you something, then you count it as done. It's completed. You have it, and you stand on it. And not allowing people or circumstances or situations to alter what you know to be true. Okay? And so, when this thing bursts and it's manifested, that I can stand in my truth and I can say that God showed, I foretold it. There's a thing in psychology where there's a hindsight, as a hindsight bias. And so what that means is that after the fact, people say, oh, well, I knew it was going to happen, despite here in a moment. There's another name for it. It's hindsight. Um, Kind of like hindsight 2020. And the example in our reading that they used was that after, per se, like 9/11 happened, and people, as they played it back, like, oh, I seen it. It was gonna happen, or I knew it was gonna happen, right? And despite the fact, um, sometimes there's gonna be some things that God wants us to profess, and sometimes there's gonna be some things that God wants us to proclaim that man is not going to understand, and man is not gonna get it, and man just won't be able to see it. And yet you continue to walk on in your faith, and you continue to make those videos, lay that foundation, Lay the grounds as you've been instructed, and when that thing bursts, like now, when the wealth, when the riches, when the abundance, when the prosperity, when the ins- inside things, and and the outside things that you've been instructed to do is manifested, like everything else in life. Because this thing is, it should really speak to the grandness, to the greatness of it all, y'all, because it's taken this long for it to manifest, and it's taken this long for it to fully come into, and it's gonna be on a level only which God can do. Knowing that God's time is not our time, knowing that God works on His time, and everything happens in divine time. And so even now, as things come to a close, and there's closure that's taking place, and there's healing that's taking place, it's the perfect time. The time has come. And there's confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that sometimes He has to allow us to be brought from amongst those the disbelievers, and we stand in our faith and we stand in our truth that this is the thing that I've been instructed to share. This is the thing that I've been instructed to not only share but to be obedient to share, regardless of what people think, what people assume, what people speculate. And so whatever it is, whatever you've been called to do, be obedient and do it. And know within your faith, deep within your faith, that if God showed it to you, count it already done. You can take that to the bank and cash it. And trust that. And so we grow in our faith. That's already done. And the beauty of it all, as we look back, oh, that's why that happened. Oh, that's why that happened. Oh, no, it makes sense. Already kind of done. Until next time, stand in your faith.